Hey, what up ladies and gents, your favorite Asian robot right here. Haven't worn the hat in a while, but anyway, I hope you guys will enjoy this video because today I'm going to go through Greg's Reversed Fate with you. I'm going to show you the build that I use. It is by no means the absolute 100% number one best build, but it is what I use and it is what you have seen me use on stream. So I know you guys have been waiting for my Gley bossing builds. I had to do the Greg build first because Gley's bossing build requires Greg, especially for her gun build. So I decided to do the Greg video first. So that is what we're going to cover today. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Don't forget to register me as your content creator via the link in the description of the video if you think my content is worth your time. All right, and let's get started. Now, first and foremost, and I just screwed up the sound, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Minor adjustment. But first and foremost, we're going to go into Greg's and we're going to talk about its details. All right. So before you know what roles I have on Greg's, let's talk about its base stats. Greg's has a firearm attack of around 17,518, pretty strong. The base critical rate, all right, is actually 20%. Actually, the base firearm attack should be 15,614. With the option of 12.2%, it goes up to 17,518. Critical base stat 20%. With the option of 12.1% extra critical rate, you get 22.42%. And then with firearm critical hit damage, the base stat is a multiplier of ×2. And with the weapon option of 24.2, it goes up to 2.48 times multiplier, which is really good. Okay. It deals burst type damage. The attribute status trigger effect is 7.14. But this one doesn't really matter because we're not really using this for status elements. Weak point damage has a base multiplier of double, which is really, really good. The hipfire accuracy and aim shot accuracy is 77.7, and the aim shot is 86.6. Okay. The effective range of Greg's is about 35 meters. The drop off is 60%, and the drop off cutoff is 65 meters. So you will generally want to stay within 35 meters of the target when you're using Greg's. This is actually a pretty far distance, so you don't have to stick that close if you want to max out your damage. All right. Movement speed is 540, not too bad. Movement speed while firing, 360, and movement speed while aiming, 270. Okay. Sprint speed is 800. And of course, take note that some weapons have a much higher sprint speed. The other day, I realized that a lot of people don't know about weapon sprint speed. Okay, the sprint speed is quite crucial for characters like Bunny. This is why sometimes it is wiser to choose a different weapon, because Bunny does damage on her 3 skill based on the distance traveled, and naturally if you have a higher sprint speed on the weapon, you travel a further distance. This is why some people will actually run around with the last dagger or like one of the handguns that has a really high sprint speed, and they'll just go ham with that. Okay. All right, the bonus firearm attack versus Colossus is from the option rolls. Okay, now you understand the base stats of Greg's Reversed Fate. Let's talk about the rolls. The rolls that I put on this are bonus firearm attack versus Colossus. I really wanted a gold on this, but I ran out of weapon readjustment. Don't worry, I've been using purple for the recent tests on stream. Firearm attack is gold roll, critical hit rate, critical damage, gold rolls. So this is pretty decked out, except for the bonus firearm attack versus Colossus, but I'm okay with not having that maxed out. All right. Now that you know the roles of the weapon, now that you know the stats of the weapon, you need to check the unique ability of the weapon. Now for Greg's Reversed Fate, unlike with the Secret Garden, we did not go through the unique ability because it had nothing to do with the weapon build. This one does. Please take note that you must max out your Greg's. Why? Because the weapon ability is very crucial for Greg's actual damage. Why? Greg's unique ability is called Shaping Destiny. When you hit an enemy, any hit, right? You will proc bombardment on the enemy's location at a set chance. The trigger rate is 20% when maxed. I believe that the initial one is 10%, but I can't remember if it goes up. If I'm wrong on this, it's okay to correct me because I built all my Greg's right before even using it for the first time. All right. It's also got the super shiny metallic look to it. I love it. Anyway, it comes with a negative modifier to your hip fire accuracy and your aim shot accuracy. But once you max it out, this modifier goes to 0%. So as you know, the negative modifier always clears once you fully upgrade a weapon. The bombardment has a 20% trigger rate, like I mentioned. It will bomb the enemy 7 times, and what it will do is that it will do firearm damage times 100%. All right? you are effectively going to get 7 extra hits at full firearm damage. Take note that this doesn't say firearm attack. Okay, there's a crucial difference there. It says firearm damage. Why is this important? Okay, because the wording is firearm damage and not firearm attack, it means that it applies your weak spot damage, your crit damage. So whatever the hit is that triggers it, let's say the hit is a weak spot crit. So like that does maximum damage, right? Your next 7 hits are all at maximum damage right there. That's the crucial key here. That's why this bombardment is so good. If you can run a character like Haley, where you can guarantee a crit, or you're running a cheesy style Gley build with mental focus, where you can max that out, this is exactly what you'll get. You will get a heck of a lot of value out of this at very, very high bonuses. So I do really like that. Now, it also comes with a burn effect, which is guaranteed. It'll last 3 seconds and do 3 ticks of damage, okay? Because the damage interval, excuse the coughing, is 1 second. So if the damage interval is 1 second, it does 3 seconds worth of damage. Total is 3 burn hits, okay? And this one is at 20% of your firearm damage. However, take note that the modifier is still firearm damage. So if you crit, that burn does more as well, which is really good, okay? So this is why Greg's is so good. And this is why I enjoy Greg's. It is very useful, and you can even use it in a combo with your friend who's using Enduring Legacy, because by hitting burn on this, the enemy that's burning will then cause the Enduring Legacy to do even more damage, which can result in some pretty awesome combos. I really enjoy that combo. It is chef's kiss. Okay, now, you've heard about the weapon stats, you've heard about the unique ability, you've heard about the rolls that I have on this weapon. Now let's talk about the build, all right? I'm going to show you the builds that I prefer, okay? But this is by no means an exhaustive list. You can construct it your own way, vary it your own way. If you come up with an interesting combination that you think would give you really, really high damage, you let me know, okay? But so far, this is what I've been using on stream, and this is what has helped me deal incredible amounts of damage, okay? So let me remove my cam and I'll go through it with you. Okay. Rifling reinforcement and action and reaction are standard, okay? These two combined give you 93% firearm attack. There is no reason not to boost your firearm attack, okay? Better concentration and better insight will help you to boost your critical hit rate and your critical hit damage. As a result of both of these, you actually have a 27.4% critical chance and a total firearm critical hit damage of 4.016 times multiplier. Now, is there anything else you could put in place of that? Edging shot is not really a replacement for a better insight, okay, because it comes with a negative modifier. Some people have thought about it, but I did try it out and I found the value of edging shot was not that high. If you prefer it, then, you know, go ahead, you let me know. But yeah, I didn't find it to be that high. The other thing is that for some folks, they would prefer, instead of better insight, they go with insight focus. Since this one also comes with a critical hit damage modifier, it will not affect it drastically. Having tested both, it does not affect it drastically, but I still prefer better insight because being able to at least get the 27.4% critical hit rate has really helped me out with Greg's. So I would say that is entirely your choice. Do whatever you feel is good for you, is necessary for you, okay? There are no other options that I believe will fit in with this, but if you do have another option, you let me know, okay? Okie day. Oh, target detection, I think cannot be put on with the same thing. Let me just test it real quick. Yeah, it doesn't match with concentration priority, so I left this as better insight. Okay, great. So now that we've seen all that, whoops. Now that we've seen all that, okay, the next thing is weak point sight. Weak point sight grants you additional 35% weak point damage, but this is based off the base multiplier, which we saw was 2 earlier. So in fact, your weak point damage is now a 2.7 multiplier instead of just 2. This is really, really good. And it's one of the few things that I enjoy about weak point damage, all right? So instantly when you hit the weak point damage, your damage is multiplied by 2.7, which can then be multiplied by your crit. So it's fantastic. Concentration priority increases your firearm critical hit damage. It does lower your reload time, therefore lowering your overall DPS. in a little bit. It's because you spend more downtime not firing your gun. Okay, let's put it that way. So, but the increase to your critical hit damage is worth the reload time modifier increase, in my personal opinion. I didn't even try to put in another mod to cancel it out. So this is what I've been doing. The damage is high. It's beautiful. All right. Next is the ultimate mod. I will go into this in a separate section. Okay. Just know that I'm using spray and pray for non-Gley characters. Then this will be your slot for your enhancement. Okay. Please note that you will need to have at least one slot with multiple things. I still haven't put in the chill enhancement in there yet, but you'll need one for every element, and that'll just help you basically spam your enemies down by having one of each element in, and you can just go with that. So that is what I use. That is what I would do. Okay. So this is just a temporary placeholder, electric enhancement, electric priority. I'll show you how to vary it right now. Okay. Let's say I want to take out a target that is chill, right? Like gluttony. So then I will put in fire enhancement right there. And then I'll put fire priority here. Okay, it's the same subset of, it's literally the same subset for anything. Just make sure you are matching the element to your target. Okay? All right, so at least one slot has to have multiple symbols so you can accommodate different elements. Your ultimate, like I said, I'll cover in a later section. Then last but not least is fire rate concentration. For a non-Gley build that is using spray and pray to get the most out of your 3 seconds, I firmly believe in fire rate concentration. There is one exception. If you choose to use Real Life Fighter instead, all right, Real Life Fighter is good, but you'll have to change fire rate concentration to accuracy, because Real Life Fighter is extremely contingent upon hitting weak spots. I do enjoy Real Life Fighter, but again, you have to be very, very accurate. Okay, you have to be very, very accurate. But otherwise, fire rate concentration is good. Then the last slot is a blank slot, because technically you should put 4 elements in here as well, and it'll match your whatever element you're using. But I'm kind of lazy right now, so I've just left it like this, and this is good enough for me. Okay, this is my Greg build for non-Gley characters. What do I do if I have a Gley-based character? Okay, for a Gley-based character, right? What actually happens is that, let's say I'm using Gley. Because Gley can take advantage of the fact that she's got increased sensory, which gives her lethality a long duration, right? You take advantage of mental focus instead. Sure, Real Life Fighter is awesome, but missing a weak spot and you're done, right? You just want to be able to spam the enemy down. So although mental focus only stacks up to 90% firearm attack, and Real Life Fighter can stack up to 100%, there's no danger of losing your stacks with mental focus. So for Gley specifically, and I don't know why this was not named. Let me just name it right now. For Gley specifically, the rest of the build is exactly the same, but we choose mental focus instead. Then let's say I want to put fire enhancement on. I will just do exactly that, and then like that. Take note that the build is exactly the same, just that mental focus is here instead. Okay? So the reason why this is used for Gley, again, is because unlimited ammo, right? Non-Gley, we use spray and pray. Now, what are the other ultimate options? Okay. If we look at all the ultimate mods for this particular weapon, there are a few options that you guys can choose from, but having tested a lot of them, I have to say that most of them do not stand up to scrutiny. Let's talk about them one at a time. Okay, sharp precision shot. You have to hold down the trigger, right? Because while the text on this says while pulling the trigger, unfortunately, okay, while pulling the trigger, even if you hold it down, it counts as you pulling the trigger each time. Therefore, you don't get any stacks of sharp precision shot. This doesn't work with any character or with any burst rifle. Okay, mental focus, really, really good in my books. I like it for Gley-based builds. Okay, Real Life Fighter is also really, really good, but this one is contingent upon accuracy, and again, you'd have to change fire rate. I still haven't been bothered to do it, but you'd have to change it over to a accuracy-based module instead of using fire rate concentration. So it's up to you to choose. I do like it, but yeah, spray and pray just works really well for me. Okay, spray and pray is the next option. Whenever you land a firearm critical hit, your rounds will not be consumed for 3 seconds. With characters like Enzo, Haley, all this, you are guaranteed to hit a critical. So, having your rounds not be consumed for 3 seconds is pretty awesome. And other than that, I tried out Fire Conductor. Considering it only gives you 26%, not very great. Some people do like to use it. I personally didn't find it fantastic. But you can guarantee its activation because all it takes is one bombardment to trigger and the enemy's on fire, and you literally will get 26% bonus firearm attack the entire way through. Last but not least is Analysis Master. Analysis Master is a bit weird. It says that it on hit, right? Enemy's firearm critical hit resistance is minus 25%, but it doesn't seem to actually increase the number of criticals you can hit on the enemy. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm using it wrong, but when I tried it, I felt no difference in the number of criticals I was hitting with Analysis Master. So I'm not quite sure what critical hit resistance means exactly. All right. But genuinely, I found no real difference between this one and the other mods. So again, I went right back to Spray and Pray. The rest of the mods don't really have anything to do with damage. So yeah, the hardline suppression is knockdown target. Sweeping squad is more for AoE mobbing if you want to use that. You know, so I didn't find a lot of value in this, and that was basically it. That is basically what I do on my Greg's Reverse Fate. Okay, so quick summary again. For non-Gley characters, I use Spray and Pray and all these mods that we discussed before. For Gley, I use Mental Focus and all these mods we discussed before. If you guys have a different setup that you think can deal more damage, then let me know. But please do not trust this DPS counter because the DPS counter is not affected by weak spot damage. So it's not giving you the full picture of how much damage you can actually do. All right. But yeah, that about settles it for Greg's. Now, I'm sure you guys want to see it in action, right? We can't just go in and just, you know, go ham for no reason. So we'll take our non-Gley build, put on a chill enhancement. Let's go bully Pyromaniac just for hilarity's sake. Because as you guys know, Pyromaniac got nerfed recently. So let's demonstrate the gun. Again, this is not a demonstration to show off like, oh my god, my build is the best, absolute perfect. No, this is more just to show you the gun in action and what it does and, you know, how it's supposed to be used. Of course, Haley will be the one for this demonstration. I do love Gley as well, but because I'm releasing Gley's build tomorrow, I don't really want to go around changing characters, and I kind of was using Haley last night for boss night. Okie day. You all know the drill. Okay. The funny thing is that Haley's damage is so high that once the pyro drops down, his spine will go straight away. And because I'm used to Gley, I accidentally did that. You're also supposed to hit him with your usual Q. And some people will actually, they'll trigger Walk a Tightrope right at the beginning, and they'll be able to do the combo a lot faster, but I'm way too lazy to manage my health like that. But if you get Walk a Tightrope going right from the beginning, it can get pretty insane. So yeah, this is basically what Greg's is supposed to do. Alright, Greg's Reverse Fate is very good for most gunplay style builds, and this is exactly what it lets you do. Lets you just go in and wipe out targets. Alright. So that's it. That's enough of a little demonstration. If you guys want to see more demonstrations of this, you can watch my streams where I play Boss Night, whatever. Use the same weapon against Gluttony, Molten Fortress, all pretty much there. I'd love to do that demonstration right now, but it's probably not wise for me to do that. Excuse the yawn. It's probably not wise for me to do that because, you know, going in with randos could skew the result. And the victory would not be dependent solely upon my gun, but more upon my overall build as well. And my Haley is not finished yet. Okay, so that's it for Greg's Reverse Fate. That's what you can do with the gun. Just go around, have fun, bombard your enemies, and off you go. If you get a gold bonus attack versus Colossus, you will be in heaven. I still need to re-roll that, but I'm waiting until I have more materials and more gold. All right. Thank you all very much. You guys have been a wonderful audience. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you enjoy my builds. Don't forget to register yourself as a supporter, or if you have previously registered as a supporter, make sure you re-register or extend your support, because if you don't do that, then every 2 months you disappear from the list. Okay? Thank you very much. And before we go, one last little thing. I have to thank the top channel members: Vegas Moxie, Arcane Silver, CG Mayhem, Death Dawning 982, Haza, Jose, Princess Star, Track Hoodie. Thank you all for being Plus Ultra. To BVS, George, Tishon, and Nisk at the only fan level. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. All right. And now. Yeah. We have September's top supporter list. Top tipper is CG Mayhem. All right. Top tipper list includes Rafi Jana. Top super chatter is Sir Tommy Gunn. Top super chatter list includes Ted Wu, Grand Roku, I Done It. And top channel membership gifter is George Tishon, I Done It, and Yo Slime Forever. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you on the next one, which will be tomorrow. So enjoy this video today.